If you want to lose stubborn belly fat and you've been trying with different diets, different workouts, but your life is just really stressful and you notice that you have a lot of workload, you have a demanding schedule with your career, but also with responsibilities with your family. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact steps I help my coaching clients out with to help them avoid the high stress, help them still be able to manage their lifestyle with eating and exercise, even with a demanding career. Okay, so a couple of things. The first thing you got to do, you have to make the shift from just generic based thinking when it comes to nutrition. If you're doing these cookie cutter diets where you hear these trainers who just say, just be in a calorie deficit, and you eat less, you'll lose the weight. That generic advice is why a lot of people stay stuck. Okay, if you're just eating less, but you're not eating the right quality of food, you're not eating in the right frequency, you don't have the right timing of meals. This can also cause you to have low energy. If you notice that you have brain fog throughout the day, you notice that you're feeling hungry, like you're really tired, that hunger causes you to feel tired, so you can't perform as well as you want to in your career. Or maybe even the stress that you already have gets worse because you're not properly fueling yourself, okay? These are the types of things that happen when you're not eating properly, just doing a cookie cutter meal plan or generic meal plan, okay? The way you want to do it is you want to focus on energy management. Okay, this is something that I teach a lot of my coaching clients where it's not just calorie intake, but it's also the quality of food you're eating. Because if you don't know already, the calories is not just a means of helping you lose weight. It's also a means of helping you regulate your blood sugar. Okay, when your blood sugar is extremely low, you notice that you're really tired. Okay, you find yourself really hungry. If you've ever done a workout and you did a really intense workout and you just felt wiped out, you're like, oh, you got to lay down and go to sleep, your blood sugar drops significantly. Or you feel like you need to eat a lot of junk food after that hard, intense workout, blood sugar drops significantly. And so there's different ways that you can eat and train to help you manage and regulate your blood sugar. That way you don't get those spikes of hunger, okay? And you're not feeling tired and irritable after doing a workout or just even throughout your work shift, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. One of my coaching clients, Ann, okay? This lady, she's like a really high professional when it in what she's in, like the postal industry, and very demanding schedule. Doesn't have a whole lot of time. And this lady, she was like when she reached out to me, she was at like 267, 273, something like that. She was really heavy, and she just didn't know what steps she needed to take with the workout side of things to make it to where she could start like being consistent with her routines. And she knew like she needed to eat healthy, but she didn't have the structure on how to map out the portions. And so it caused her to have a lot of stress, a lot of frustration because she was trying things, but it wasn't still working for her. And so what I told her was, we have to shift from just like winging it and doing like the generic way of doing things with eating and working out to having something that's based on her lifestyle, okay? The workout routine has to support her schedule, has to support her goals, her fitness level. That's the only way she was going to be able to get results and keep them. Okay. And then when it comes to the eating habits, we do something called flexible nutrition. Okay. When you do flexible nutrition, some people like to eat 6 times a day. Other people like to eat 2, maybe 3 times a day. I was able to build her out a nutrition plan that gave her flexibility, but was still structured around her calorie and protein intake. That way, fast forward a little over a year, she's down over 100 pounds, y'all. We do weekly check-ins with my coaching clients, and I was looking at this past Monday, she's down to like 157. Imagine the cost, because she told me, like, we've done like a couple of client success interviews. You can find them on my channel. But she was talking about how she was spending so much money on medications, how much pain she was going through because of all that excess weight that she had on her, all the doctor's visits. Those things can get extremely costly. And that's not just 1 year she had to do that. This was like on a yearly basis, which could be like thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, guys. And so I want you to think about that, because it's like some people who are watching my content have high blood pressure. The high blood pressure gets worse. Now they end up on dialysis, or they're taking more medications, or they go from just having high blood pressure to type 2 diabetes. These things are very, very costly, okay? And instead, what Ann did, she invested in a professional to help her to solve that problem. That way she's saving time because now she has a plan that works for her, right? But she's also buying back years of her life because she's healthier. A lot of people don't think about this. You're buying back years of your life because you have a plan now. You're not winging it, okay? 100 pounds down, loving the way she looks. Now she's able to go into her career with energy. She's posting all on social media. She's like glowing. Like it's just amazing being able to see these type of transformations from clients. But it's a cost of doing nothing. But there's also a cost of being able to change and making that investment. Now she's 100 plus pounds down, living her best life, inside and out, loving the way she looks, healthy and all. No more worrying and stressing about her health and her weight. Okay, and so I say all this because you have to understand how to manage your energy. That's where all this stuff starts, okay? And so you want to make sure that you're eating the right types of foods. That way you can have energy. That way you're not tired. That way you're not stressed and worried about health issues, okay? Second thing you want to do, you want to live your life off of a calendar. A lot of the people that I help, they are very busy, success driven, and they're thriving in their career because they have schedules. And these same schedules that allow for them to be successful in their career, we want to have schedules and systems in your life for your health. You want to have a calendar for when you're going to be working, when you're going to be eating certain types of foods, when you're going to be resting, when you're going to have family time. When you have these things, when you have this level of structure, now you're not being reactive throughout the day and throughout the week, which can cause a lot of stress. When it's on your calendar, you know what's happening. You know what you have going on that day. It gives you peace of mind because now you can go into the day or that following week already prepared mentally, not stressing, being like, man, I just feel so overwhelmed. When you feel overwhelmed, this increases your stress level, guys, okay? But when you know what you have to do, you have that confidence in saying, okay, when I hit the gym, I know I'm doing these exercises. I know I'm gonna be in there for this long. I know I'm gonna eat these foods and it's gonna give me energy. I know on this day, I'm family day, hanging out with the family, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Having that type of structure gives you so much clarity, peace of mind, and confidence, okay? This is how you lose weight without feeling so stressed with the high workload in your career and with your family, okay? That's the second thing, live by a calendar. Then the last thing is this. You gotta stop doing the generic workouts. I see a lot of people who just work out, but they find themselves not getting the results they want. They're like, dang man, why am I, doing all this work and I feel like I'm doing everything right, but the weight ain't coming up. My stomach ain't going down. And a lot of times they can't stay consistent because the plan doesn't support their life. And so this is why it's important that you pay attention to what you can realistically sustain, what you like with your schedule, with your fitness level, with the amount of time that you have. You need these things, guys, okay? That way you can be consistent, not just now, but long term. If you, like most people who reach out to me, they don't want the quick fix diets and meal plans and workouts. They want to be able to lose this weight and keep it off. If you want to have sustainable results, you have to have a lifestyle that you can sustain. So if you're following up, if you see a meal plan, a workout plan, and you're doing something that you don't see yourself realistically being able to do 3-5 years from now, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. And so this is why doing the generic workout plans where you starting and stopping, which leads to a lot of disappointment and discouragement, you want to do away with that. What you want to do is something called lifestyle-based training, guys. Lifestyle-based training, where it supports your schedule. It supports the amount of time that you have. And like I mentioned earlier, you having a calendar, you can see what pockets of time you have to work out, okay? When you don't want to be the person who's like, I just don't have the time. I'll get around to it when I'm not too busy. Well, the truth is you're going to always find yourself busy. If you're a high performer, there's always more work to do. There's always something that you can do on your calendar, whether it be in your career or with something with your family. And so what's life gonna look like a year, 3, or even 5 years from now if you keep making that same excuse if you're not happy with how your clothes fit right now? If you notice that you have health issues right now, like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, but you keep putting it off saying, I'm too busy. It gets worse, guys. I get people in my inbox on Instagram and Facebook all day long telling me how they have high blood pressure. I had a guy the other day, about a week or two ago. He said he had high blood pressure for a couple of years, and then that high blood pressure caused him to have kidney disease. And now he's about to end up on dialysis. Extremely expensive. You talk about costly, like investing in a coach a professional that's gonna help you solve the problem versus having a problem that you're gonna have to consistently pay over and over again. Like high blood pressure meds, type 2 diabetic meds, or dialysis. No good, guys. And so you want to start shifting your thinking, okay? Being Living this high performance lifestyle is not just what you're doing, it's how you think about what you're doing, guys. If you're not thinking right, you won't move the right way. And so you want to start doing things that align and work with your lifestyle and don't work against it. This is how you get results and you can keep them long term, okay? And this is how you're able to lose stubborn belly fat even with a demanding schedule while also being able to reduce your stress, okay? Manage your energy management, calorie intake, protein intake, fiber, having a calendar. That way you're more structured. You know what's going on throughout the day. That structure is going to give you freedom. And then do things based on your lifestyle. Once you start doing this, guys, I'm telling you, this is how you get that belly fat off. If you would like help from me, you would like for me to implement these things into your lifestyle, the same way I help my coaching client, Ann, who's down over 100 pounds. I'll drop a link down in the description below, and you can reach out. We'll see if we can help you. All right, now, talk to y'all soon.